I have formulated this very intro for this video 3 times, and I have now recorded it 2 times. It doesn't seem like a lot, but usually you come up with one, you give it, you're done, intro rolls on, and it's over. But this video has tested my limits. Today, we're going to make this ping pong ball, and probably a few others, go 300 miles per hour. I am then going to explain to you why every subsequent video you see about these ping pong balls going 300 miles per hour is harder to achieve than it may originally seem, and also maybe why that you may think it's easy, but in reality, it's not. Or maybe you think it's hard, but it should be easier than it appears. Let's roll the intro and explain. Hey there, YouTubers! So why am I so irritated? Well, in basic terms, getting a ping pong ball to go 300 miles per hour, we'll talk about supersonic in the next video, is quite easy. In theory, you just need to pull the air out of a tube that's about 3 feet long. Something will need to seal these ends, and then once the air is pulled out, you rupture one end. The air, when it rushes in to fill the vacuum, slingshots the ball out the other end, rupturing the other seal, sending the ball like 300 miles per hour. And in theory, that seems really easy. I watched the Mythbusters episode where they tried to get a ping pong ball to kill somebody. I watched Dustin's from Smarter Every Day. Now, yes, he spent tens of thousands of dollars making a baseball do it, but the same concept was there. And then I watched I Did a Things video where he did this exact thing, where he made a ping pong ball go unproven Mach 1, and I'm also gonna do that in the next video. This one, we're just gonna go 300 miles per hour, unproven. We're just following the Mythbusters examples and looking at their damage compared to our damage and saying, yep, that seems about right. So, sorry. But why do I think it's more difficult? It's the ceiling issues, right? I Did a Thing actually did mention he had some ceiling issues, but he got it fixed. And I'll elaborate on that more later, because I don't know, something's off with those Aussies, but that'll be explained later. Anyways, the next scene I'm going to explain how we built this thing and why the way I built it presented some real issues that the other people didn't have because they didn't build it this way, and why I had to build it this way, and why, again, those videos show it being easier than it seems to do this. So what you're watching in front of you is me assembling all the metal fittings. Now, assembling all the metal fittings was more difficult than it should have been, mainly because they all had this goo, this Teflon goo on them, which is nice, great. I don't have to use my own Teflon tape. But for whatever reason, they put too much on these fittings. Thanks, Home Depot. This is why I shop at Menards, but Menards was all out of their fittings that weekend, which, again, just forced the point that I wanted to get this done in one weekend, but I couldn't get it done in one weekend because, well, I couldn't get all the parts I wanted because vacuum pressure gauges aren't available. It was a whole thing. It was a whole disaster. So I ended up having to do it in a different way. Basically, most of the time, you would take all these metal fittings, the gauge, the valve, the filter, and you would just straight up attach it to the pipe. And that's what everybody has done. I don't know what part you use, and they usually tap the PVC. What tap where do you get this tap? What is this tap? I could probably just order it off Amazon, but I wanted to get this done in one weekend, and all these people seem to just be able to do it in one weekend. I couldn't do that. I tried, but maybe I'm just not in a big enough town. I don't know. I couldn't get the parts to do what I needed. It's also possible they went shopping during the week and went to specialty plumbing stores during the week that are open. I was trying to do this on the weekend, so they were all closed. That's a possibility. It's a possibility. So I had to get high. Not actually, but I was in a lot of pain because I used PVC cement in an unventilated area. What a great time. And so I had to use a T because of the coupling issues, and I'll get into that. Oh gosh, it's the whole thing. So I used a T, which went to another adapter, which then attached to the metal fittings. And that's all you've watched in front of you. All right, now it's time to talk about sealing. You heard me rant about getting parts. Let's talk about sealing things. So I did a thing, had issues sealing. The Mythbusters never seemed to have issues, and Dustin from Smarter Every Day never seemed to have issues. But I did a thing, did show that he had issues. He mentioned that 1 layer of tinfoil was enough, so he tried 2. So I was like, okay, I'll just copy what he did. I had tinfoil at home, and so I did 2 layers of tinfoil. Because 1 layer wasn't enough, I did 2. But then I couldn't pull a vacuum. No matter how hard I tried to push the pipes together to hold them together so that maybe they would make a nice seal, it just wouldn't. And I'd get about halfway and then it would stop. And if I pushed the pipes too hard together, well, it would just tear the tinfoil and I'd be back to square one again. And I couldn't get it to work. Never could. And so I wonder, leave a comment below if I'm using too thick of tinfoil. I would love to try it in the future, but that's not a part of this video. And see if thinner tinfoil, because I think I have really thick aluminum foil, if I replaced it with thinner stuff, if that might work better. And I think that's what I did a thing was using, was thinner, cheaper aluminum foil. So when aluminum foil didn't work, I was like, shoot, now what? So I tried duct tape. And duct tape, despite the troubles I had in the video, actually worked quite well. Except one little issue. It slowed the ball down too much. Case in point, this clip. So when aluminum foil doesn't work and duct tape is too strong, where do you go from here? Well, the Mythbusters and Dustin both used packing tape. Now, this is a note for future people watching, or anybody watching. They used extra wide packing tape. I thought, heck, regular packing tape should work just fine. Oh, I was wrong. So wrong. And actually, I had kind of theorized it was going to cause issues. The regular packing tape, I couldn't, because you have 2 overlapping pieces, that causes there to be bubbles and problems, and it just wouldn't seal, and it wouldn't seal regularly. And so I had to go to the next plan. What's another way to get this damn pipe to seal? Also, may I note, a lot of these problems I'm having is because I had to use that T. Had I not had to use that T and just mounted to the nice smooth surface of the PVC, regular packing tape might have worked. So my next approach was a hybrid approach. I used duct tape on the T end because packing tape wasn't working, and used packing tape on the other side. And this worked inconsistently because, once again, the packing tape failed multiple times. By this point, I was pissed. I was done. I was fed up with this stupid project. I couldn't get anything to seal. It just wasn't working, and I was pissed off. So I got creative. When the universe crams you into a corner, you gotta think outside the box, or in this case, the tube. And so I used sandwich bags. Yes, my friends, I used sandwich bags, and this didn't work. I could get the one end to seal, but then I couldn't get the other end. The tube wouldn't insert into the other tube. And yeah, I got fed up. So I went to Amazon and bought extra wide packing tape. And, well, it worked. Now, before I move on to actually showing you the results, I don't have a lot of tests. That was something I was debating with this video to see how much time I was going to have at the end, to see if I was going to have a lot of experiments. I think that'll be saved for the next video where we make this thing go Mach. The T really caused a lot of issues. Actually, because of it, I have to double up the packing tape because 1 layer of packing tape is not enough. I have to go 2 layers usually to get to work. I'm pretty sure it's 2 layers. Honest to God, I can't remember. It's been months since I've actually used the ping pong cannon because I've been busy and lazy and everything in between. So I just haven't got it to work. But had I just tapped it in the first place, or if I just bought all the parts online to begin with, this project would have been a lot easier, would have done a lot faster, and honestly, I kind of adapt that mentality in the supersonic one. I just decided to start buying things online to a point, but that's for the next video. Let's show you some footage of some tests, failed, successful, and everything in between. Alright, this one's going to actually hold a vacuum, it looks like. Essentially, it's creaking a lot. Yes! It barely held that seal, but it worked. Okay, I think it's good to talk now. Wow, this video was interesting. It just unbelievable. The challenges, the tribulations, the difficulties. So now I hope you understand that making a ping pong ball go at least unconfirmed 300 miles per hour is more difficult than it seems. So, in next month's video, we're going to make this thing go Mach. And I have truly been working on this for months. Now I have 2 months to get it to go Mach. Oof. That's going to be a challenge, but I also have 2 months to, come up with some fun tests to do in that. In the meantime, things to blow it up. Blow it at. Point it at. Christ. Anyways, I'd like to thank you all for watching. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. New videos once a month. Or whenever I feel like it. 1 p.m. Central Time. And good night. Subs for trees. Subs for trees. Subs for trees. Subs for trees. Oh, you're still here? I thought I told you to go home. Oh, you want more? I'm flattered. Check out the playlist. If you want exclusive content, check out my Instagram, Dr_sheep_YouTube. That's all lowercase. If you want to help the earth, subscribe. When I reach 100 subscribers, I'm going to plant 10 trees. If you feel that's too small, then check out my channel chart where I lay out even bigger goals. Finally, stick around for the next 20 seconds to give me that sweet watch time. Bye.